Well, I was very fortunate. I did not get shot down. I got shot up a few times. I had 2 crew chiefs wounded with me. Fortunately, I didn't have any crew killed with me. Sometimes I contribute that to a higher power or the great creator and luck. And then once in a while, your sixth sense told you to get the heck out of the way or pick up your airspeed. When I went to Vietnam, I was 19 and 4 months old.
Oh, average age.
Yes, sir. For some reason, I knew that I had to join the service, and if called to serve in Vietnam, I knew I had to go there to respect those that gave their lives and the soldiers that served over in Vietnam. The heat, the humidity, it would just about knock you down to the ground. No matter how well you thought you were prepared for it, it was just a completely different experience. And one of the interesting things I'll always remember about Vietnam was the intensity of the sunlight. It seemed like it was a completely different sunlight than other areas back home. My job, our job, my crew and I, was to follow trails, look for enemy intelligence of any type, whether it be hooches, trails, recent use, old use, bunkers, bunker complexes, and if we could, we'd catch the enemy right then and there, down on the ground. In Charlie Troop, while it was a short time together, it was an intense time together. And the friendships that I made there have lasted a lifetime. And I just was so amazed that no matter where we came from, race, creed, or color, the history that we all brought together. I was very honored that at times maybe the only Native American that they would meet in their lifetime when they went back to their respective homes and vice versa. So I have a lot of memories of meeting other gentlemen, comrades, brothers, soldiers, and we all share the memories of very fondly of each other. And I remember like it was yesterday, I seen the guy shooting and the guy feeding the ammo. And it's just like, and to this day, I cannot figure out why they just didn't blow us out of the sky. Well, it was time to go home. And I had didn't know if that was really real or not. 365 days had came and went. I was now going home perhaps a changed person. The combat that I'd seen, the friendships that I'd made, now I was leaving them behind and going home and not sure what to expect when I got home. So we got on the airplane, the Freedom Bird, and we all clapped when the wheels left the ground. But I think more than anything, I wanted to be welcomed home. And that wasn't going to happen. It was tough. I wanted to be so proud of serving our country. So it was tough coming home in that respect. But I want to give a thank you to my tribe. Native Americans honor warriors. And there was warrior ceremonies in different tribes across America for their veterans. And that was healing. That was making you whole. And I thank my tribe for that.
I was about 6,000 feet out, and I looked, and I said, that looks like a church. He said, it's all around He said, yeah, I rolled in, and I opened fire way out about 6,000 feet, and it blew up. I had to yank it back and pull, so I wouldn't go through the debris. That was used as a weapons storage area for the bad guys. Yeah. You know, we wouldn't hit a church, right? Right. We did, and it was full of ammo. war is a very unpopular thing to be in, start with. But then you have to let all of the personal feelings and attitudes go away because you are war. That's your job on this earth. To win for the United States. Up to that's why I have a choice. Because the airman was my influence back in the day. Well, I'll tell you, that was my influence. All the airmen. Beautiful, never well. Beat anybody in the air, but don't slow down.
Describe for me the worst day you had during the
First day. Yes, sir. The worst missions that a fighter pilot can have are his first 10. If he can get past those first 10, he's good to go for the rest of his tour. And watch out for the last 10. You know, in other words, there are other thoughts that come into play. Boy, I just think I'm going home next week. You can't have those kinds of thoughts. Well, I'll say this. You don't really know the character and the quality of the people you're working with until you get involved. And then you really know who they are. Even when some are very young, they were solid citizens. You could count on everybody in my squadron, and I'm sure the other squadrons as well, to do what they were required to do. And they were all professionals. They taught me that several things that I've hung on to throughout life. In other words, I became a real aviator. I became a real leader.
Did you ever lose hope during the whole time you were there? You were there how many years?
6 years and 3 months. And Joe, I didn't think we were going to get out alive.
What were your first impressions on landing in Vietnam?
Well, I remember that very, very clearly, Joe. The sights that I saw were United States Air Force and Marine Corps airplanes taxiing and taking off with their combat loads of bombs, rockets, napalm, and I thought to myself, I'm finally here. This is the war zone. This is what you've always wanted. You're here.
And what was your daily routine like when you were flying nights?
Well, I started flying missions on August the 22nd. I got shot down on November the 22nd. And so if you looked at how many days that is, that's 92 days, and I flew 87 missions.
You were taken straight away to the Hanoi Hilton.
Yes, I was taken to the Wallow prison. Right.
Yeah.
Maison Centrale.
And they trucked you down there.
Right. They threw me unceremoniously into the back of a truck, blindfolded, handcuffed, bound hand and foot, and just boom, threw me in the back of a truck.
Describe the interrogations that you underwent personally.
Well, the first one was really the only one. They asked me what my target was, and I could not, under any circumstances, tell them what my target was. The method that we used for communicating was the 5x5 tap code. Now, the funny thing is, when I was being interrogated on that first day, and I was being asked all these questions, and I wouldn't give the answers that the guy wanted, and he went out to go get his hooligans to torture me. I'm sitting there by myself, and I'm looking at this table with all these scratches in it, and I look down, and here's the tap code scratched into the table. And
in the interrogation room.
Right in the interrogation room, and it says POWs learn this code. And I'm dumbfounded. you know?
Were you, at any point during your captivity, were you tortured?
Well, that first day, yes, and one time when I got caught trying to pass a note, I was a little bit too bold, and they caught me, and they beat me up on that particular occasion, and they tossed me into a room actually that didn't have a door. They had to crawl in through a window, and I wound up right next to John Sidney McCain.
What was your reception like from family and friends when you finally got home?
My hometown was something else. There was a mob outside my house. I mean, it was the street was absolutely blocked. You couldn't drive through there. It was just wall-to-wall people all over the place. You said list of positive lessons of learning wisdom. One of them is never give up. Never give up. That's why the POWs survived. The VC were never going to beat us, no matter what. They could kill us, but they were never going to beat us.